I'm Tipsy Bob, and joining me on the mic is my trusty sidekick and my good friend, Dad Bats. Covering all the action today, we're going to be covering everywhere from Monaco, Singapore, Abu Dhabi, and Bahrain, all across the world, all across the country. We have a full grid lined up, some of the best talent around the world. We have plucked them from all corners of the earth to give you some of the greatest racing experience viewing footage you'll ever see in your lifetime. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the EGL. There we go, and all the cars are all lining up on the grid. They're all getting ready. The drivers will be focusing on their first corner. Are they going to take it? What are they going to do? Is it going to go deep? Are they going to go? Who knows? Let's take out and away we go! DRS is still active, and if Timo wants to get this moved on, he's gonna need to use this DRS zone because I have a feeling. Oh no, Timo, cancel the pressure in the traction zone. The Prix to mount up another overtake on 1P3 trademark. This is round 3.
And Timo are oh, it's the pit. Oh no! Oh my god, this so sorry, control myself. So Timo
I wouldn't be gonna penalty too, so they can stand at the back together again. Just like Timo likes it.
How many times did you see how many times Timo
Hello everyone, welcome to this week's 2SRL Tier 1, the last race of the weekend in Bahrain, in the deserts of Bahrain. I'm joined today by Tara, same as last week.
Yep, hey Sanix, hey everyone watching. Should be a good one today. We've got 2SRL Tier 1 and of course a lot of the same drivers that were in the race last week, yesterday even. With SLR Tier 1, but 2SRL this time. We got a few notable additions to the grid. We got Mr. Cursed, who's in a Red Bull. He's in an AlphaTauri. I still haven't gotten used to the fact that the what used to be the Toro Rosso and the Red Bull colors from last year have been switched around. So now the bright blue is the Red Bull and the AlphaTauri is the dark blue. But eventually I'll get used to that. Probably just about in time for the next game. Yeah, because I'm so used to being able to tell by color that it's kind of annoying. But yeah, we got Cursed, we got Timo in a Renault, we've got a few other drivers. We got Speedy, who didn't take part yesterday. He'll be here for this one. We got Slash LP, that Bant as well, wasn't there yesterday. But I think it'll be a competitive grid. We saw Hugo and Some Idiot and also Danny pretty quick yesterday, and I think we might see the same drivers up front today.
A shame Icewind isn't here. He was on the podium. He actually finished the race in P1 on track, but then dropped on.
Icewind is here. He's in an AlphaTauri.
Oh, my bad. I am completely... Okay, sorry, Icewind. So Icewind is here.
Yeah, I wonder if he's... I mean, he's got his traditional thing of crashing on Saturday and then doing really well on Sunday. It happened like that last week, and we'll see if it happens like that this week.
Yeah, I really liked the most the thing I liked the most about this weekend was just looking at the strategies progress. I remember tier 3 started as a medium to hard being the best strategy, then it progressed to being a soft to hard strategy, and then yesterday for tier 1 it was already a soft medium. So there was a lot of fast strategies, but the thing with soft medium is it's just super easy to get a puncture and just lose it completely.
Yeah, it really is. And we saw, I mean, Jensen was the only one to get a puncture yesterday. He was on the soft hard strategy, but of course he spun, which meant that he got that puncture. But yeah, soft medium is really difficult to do. It'll be interesting to see whether any of the drivers manage it. We got first one to complete a lap here is going to be Bantz, who's coming around the last corner. He's on the soft tires. Only 2 people going for mediums, Popo and Icewind. Icewind likes to mix it up in terms of strategy. But here comes Bantz, and across the line on a 26.3, which is an okay first lap.
The track is still fresh at this point, so it's really gonna speed up for the next few laps as Chris crosses the line with a 127.8. Alex goes faster with a 125.9, gets beaten by Jensen with a 125.8, Timo 125.9. So
Good lap from Timo.
Yeah.
Yeah, good lap from Timo. 25.9 from him first time around. That's good stuff. We got Slash as well on 26.1.
Yeah. Hugo's also coming to the last corner now. He's probably gonna put in one of the faster times of this first lap times put in. So let's see what he crosses the line with.
Wonder what we are gonna see from Hugo. Crosses the line and oh my goodness me, 25.1. He's immediately fast, speedy within 0.3 or so, but certainly that lap from Hugo is a marker to everyone else. Some idiot is a he's about 0.2 down. I just saw the second sector split. He's about 0.2 down on Hugo in the second sector, so this will be near the front of the grid. I'm not sure it'll be right at the front of the grid.
It's gonna be there. It's gonna be near the top. Speedy also put in an amazing lap.
Yep.
We're gonna
Good stuff
see
from Speedy.
Ooh, 125.
There it is, quarter of a second.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think we're gonna see people drop into the 24s. At least the first 3 to 4 people are definitely gonna be in the 24s. That's my prediction for now. But again,
yeah,
Hugo,
20. Yeah, but I mean, pole yesterday was a 25.0, but yeah, we might well see some 24s today. Certainly, Hugo's shown that he was knocking on the door yesterday of that 1 minute 24 lap time.
He definitely was. I mean, yeah, it's like a whole day, and you know, in terms of if this would be a normal race, a whole day wouldn't mean a lot. There's no really, like let's say if there would be a real qualifying in F1, day 1 to day 2 wouldn't really be such a big difference. But in this game, a whole day, you can practice so much, you can do so many more laps.
Yeah.
Absolutely
right. Yeah, it's just such a lot of track time that you get with a new car. Slightly new track characteristics, the curbs are slightly different, whatever. It does make a big difference. Someone else who's put in a really good lap is Nick on a 25.8.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got 7 drivers so far in the 25s.
Danny's also on his lap. He locked up a tiny bit into turn 4. But it seems like he's still got the fastest sector, but that might just be my track map deceiving me once again.
Could be. I'm just going to check that against Hugo's first sector. No, he's a 10th down on Hugo. In the first sector, so it is the F1 game not telling the whole truth. So through the tight double left-hander he goes. Look pretty neat and tidy to me. Second DRS.
Hard part. This curb I remember in tier 3, and I think in some other tiers as well in SLR. I feel like there's quite a few people spinning on that inside curb in the fast uphill right-hander.
Yep, absolutely
really
right.
Catch the curb, lose the car. That's how it goes.
It says purple again for the second sector,
Yeah.
but I don't think it was. He's a 10th down or thereabouts on Hugo. At the moment, this is front row of the grid. It might be a front row lockout in the early part of qualifying for the Alfa Romeo team. Out of the last corner.
125.3.
Yep, there it is. So 25.3 from Danny. Really good lap.
Really close to Idiot as well, but 0.2 off of Hugo. It's just in a world of his own at this point.
Yep. As an ominous rumble of thunder here in Florida. If I disappear, you'll know why.
Okay, good to know in advance. If at some point I'm going to ask you a question and there's not going to be an answer, we'll know what happened.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen, but certainly if there's a storm here, maybe that we lose power and / or internet. But yeah, good laps.
Yeah.
Good laps early on. Copy with Another good lap, 25.6.
Put him in P5.
Yeah.
I just can't wait to see the last few minutes of qualifying. I feel like it's going to be a massive shootout for that first 2 rows of the grid.
Yeah, it could well be. It's certainly, I think I would expect to see most drivers in the 25s, and in fact, about half the grid at the moment is in the 25s already.
Tipsy's on his lap now as well. He hasn't set a time yet.
Yeah, he's already nearly half a second down on Hugo in the first sector.
Don't know if
Which,
anything happened, if he had a lap before that he invalidated or something, but he's
yeah,
gonna be looking to put this one in.
Yeah, I didn't see either. That was neat and tidy though through the double left-hander. We'll keep an eye on the second split as it comes. Most drivers now starting their second qualifying lap. There should be 3 for the drivers today.
Icewind actually, since he did that first lap on mediums, and who else was it? I don't really remember, but they did those laps.
I think it was
mediums.
Popo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it was Popo.
Those 2 are gonna have a fresh set of softs most likely for the race, because there's
Yeah,
gonna be a
they
safety
will.
car or something like that. So
Yeah, that might well be meaningful. Tipsy is quite a way down, just over a second down in the second sector, so we'll see if he can manage to hold that at least in the final sector. I would imagine he'll be somewhere near Bance. His teammate crosses the line, does a 26.8. Good enough so far for P16.
Speedy's also on his lap now. He's almost a whole 10th up on his time, or down. He's improving.
Yeah, so Speedy with certainly some pace in that Renault. Locked a little bit of a break there on the inside into the double left-hander, which probably won't have cost him too much.
Also one of the hardest corners of the game, I think. I would say, at least for me. It's super easy to lock up into that corner. Last year was just atrocious how easy it was to lock up with last year's lock.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it is as well. Oh, this is fast from Speedy. He's nearly 4/10 up on his time. Oh, ran a little bit wide there in the right-hander. It is still a good lap by the looks of it. It is still a valid lap, at least. He didn't invalidate with that, but through the last corner he goes. That looked neat and tidy in the last corner. How much will that have cost him, though, running a little bit wide on the exit of that corner? It did cost him a bit.
He had to
Still
live
a good
there
lap,
to
though.
not invalidate. I feel like Hugo's also on a lap now.
Yeah.
And Hugo's 700ths up on his time just through sector 1. So Hugo's also going to be improving this lap most likely.
Didn't look like a perfect right-hander, though.
No.
Certainly wasn't his usual neat and tidy self there for Hugo. It looked good through the double left, but certainly the right-hander before that might have cost him some time. Trying to keep an eye on the timing screens. Popo has gone P9 on his first soft lap.
Dropped down to P10.
Yeah.
Someone made a faster lap as well. Iconi's up there in P9.
Yeah, looks like that was maybe Iconi. I missed the second split for Hugo.
Yeah, so did I. Looking at the standings. I mean, the standings.
Oh, he's up by about a 10th and a half. So this could be a 24 if Hugo hooks this final corner up. Has he done enough? He's going to cross the line, and it is a 24.8
What a lap
for Hugo. What a good lap that was. So that's something for the rest of the field to chase, isn't it? 24.8, which certainly is the fastest lap we've seen this weekend.
He's really driving phenomenally this season.
Mm-hmm.
I have no words.
Yeah, he certainly is.
So now
Championship leader, of course.
Yeah. Oh, Idiot backed off of his lap, so I'm guessing he didn't improve. Yeah,
I think Speedy was on an in lap. I'm pretty sure he'd just done his hot lap before that.
And Danny
put it on the front row of the grid.
Coming up to turn 4, uphill braking.
Yep. Let's follow Danny around then for a little bit. Just that little bit of a brake lot that we see from a lot of the fast drivers through there. He's a 10th up.
Those corners, you gotta have confidence to go through them. It's it looks scary once you're going through them at fast speed, but you just have to believe that your car's gonna stick to the road.
Yeah, I imagine it's. I mean, I haven't driven it, but I imagine that it's a lot different from last year. The high speed right left.
It is definitely. Every fast speed corner is different in this game. You can almost take everything flat out if you nail the corners before it perfectly. So
yeah,
super
that's
fun
fantastic to see.
Yeah.
Here goes lots of drivers getting out of the way of Danny on his hot lap. Good stuff from him. He is, 800ths up, but I think he made a mistake in this last sector and is on his hot lap. So this might be closer to Hugo than we thought. Through the last corner he goes. He did manage to hook the apex up, running a little bit wide on the curb on the exit. Might have cost him a couple of hundredths, but crossing the line. Good lap from Danny.
So
Back onto the front row he goes. Yeah.
Provisional lockout from the Alphas. As it is now, with 5 minutes left of qualifying. So
Yep, certainly is. I'm just trying to see anyone else on a hot lap. Nick has just started a hot lap as well.
So Nick was in P5 or P6 at the start of after the first laps, so he's definitely gonna be back up there when he finishes this lap. At least I think so.
Yeah, I mean,
don't wanna curse him now.
he doesn't have to improve by very much. He's a 10th up in the first sector on his previous lap. He's a little way down on Hugo and Danny.
This is
Certainly
the last lap of
Sorry,
this. I think so. Yeah, with 4 minutes
It
left.
might be, I don't know. Oh, that wasn't neat and tidy through the double left-hander. He might be able to get back to the pits
It's gonna be
in
tight.
time. It'll be really tight. I suspect he's not going to be able to. He might have to push on his in-lap or something, which won't be ideal because, of course, you ruin the tyres doing that.
Coming up sector 2 now. Is he gonna be up in his time? Yeah, 2/10 up.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yep, 2/10 up. He's only, 4/10 or so off Hugo's time there, so this is going to be at least a modest improvement for Nick.
Oh wait, what time does it say Nick has for you? Because for me he has a 25.8. He's almost a whole second off of Hugo's for me.
Yeah, 25.8, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. He's going to cross the line now, and he's going to do a 25.6, so not as much of an improvement as I thought, but certainly good enough. Timo did a 25, what is that, 25.5. So he's up to P8.
Danny going in as well. I think Danny might get another lap in.
Yep, Speedy's on his final run, so Speedy half a 10th up in the first sector.
Coming into this double left-hander now. Again, downhill. It's really hard to spot the braking zone, the brake marker there as well. Just to hook up the corner.
Yeah, it is. I feel like it's one of those corners where lots of people have different braking points because there's a couple of ways you can go in deep, or going in deep is risky because you might run wide or lock up or whatever.
So traction out of the corner is not optimal either.
Yeah. You can wait and then get a run out. Good stuff from Speedy though. He's 800ths up in the second sector now. Down the back straight he goes. The Alpha Tauri gets out of his way. P3 at the moment. He only has to improve a little bit though to get Danny. And he's going to cross the line. And he does get Danny. Good stuff.
Good stuff from him. Improves by 700ths. So currently he's in P2. Hugo's also on his out lap now for the final lap. So let's see who's on a lap actually. Pixel might be on a lap. No.
Nick is coming into the pits as fast as he can, but I don't think it's going to be enough for him to get another lap in, unfortunately for him.
Not with 2 minutes left,
Might have
I
just
think.
left it too late, yeah.
Unlucky for him if he had another set of soft tires. Slash is on a lap now as well. Again, coming into that double left-hander. I think we're going to see a lot of different lines. It's one of those corners that you can catch up to someone in the race. Icewind retires. So it's one of those corners that you can catch up to someone in the race. And you would want to go past. It's that you're like, oh, it's a hairpin almost. It's a braking zone. But since there's so many different lines people take into that corner, it's really easy to bump wheels. So Slash invalidated.
Oh, Slash is invalidated, yeah. So he's not, unfortunately, going to be able to do it. Nick definitely isn't going to get out of the pits in time, so that's his qualifying done. Triton improves. In fact, Triton's just started his lap, excuse me.
Hugo's going through the first sector now. About to cross it. He's 400ths off of his time, but I think he might find that time in the other two sectors. But who knows?
Well, he's got this corner, and that looked a lot better to me than the last time he took that right-hander.
Definitely. 2 retires as well. 17.
We'll see what Hugo can do, and we saw yesterday just his incredible consistency in the SLR race. So he certainly can reproduce a good lap time over and over. He's done 2 lap times so far, both of which would be good enough for pole position as things stand. He crosses the line, oh, he's 10th and a half up. My goodness. Hugo going so quickly. Oh, and the invalidation on the exit of the penultimate
Really
corner.
unlucky.
That's a real shame, yeah.
That was
a real shame.
I think that would have been a 24/7, 24/6 even maybe if he would have done the last sector perfectly, which
Yep,
most likely he would have.
Yeah,
Idiot
tends
on
to
the lap
do
now as well.
sectors
About to
perfectly.
finish.
Yeah, he's just barely down on his time. Looking at Danny now through the first sector, he's a little bit down as well.
Speedy retires in P2 as it is now.
Going to keep an eye on Copy and Jensen as well. Copy's just started his lap. Jensen just finishing his.
Some idiot crosses the line, does not improve. Stays in P4. Hopefully, let's see
Yep.
how he does. Danny, no, that was Danny getting out of his way? No, no,
Danny
it wasn't. That was Hugo. That was
is
Hugo.
no Danny.
My bad.
Yeah, Danny's on a hot one
Let's
coming
see
into this
Danny finishing
left-hander.
this up.
Time is now up. Hugo looks like he set the pole position lap time, but this is good stuff from Danny again. He's a tenth and a half up once more on his time.
If he keeps this up, I think, as it is now, it's going to be a Alfa Romeo front row lockout.
Yeah, looks like it.
Idiot.
If he can do the last corner properly.
Yeah.
It looks like he is. So cross the line and a 25-0 from Danny.
Really good job from him.
Fantastic lap. Jensen's nearly a 10th up on his time. Doesn't look like he's going to improve many positions. He might get Copy if it's a good last sector.
Kopi's up on his time
Which
as well.
it was.
Kopi's 400s up on his time, so if he does this last sector perfectly, he's going to get that position back. I mean, now
Yeah,
into the
looks
last
like it.
corner. Gonna finish up. Lap, all he
Certainly
has to
looks
do.
like it. So Copy then. Alex Burbo putting in a good lap as well. P7.
So, yeah. So Kopi now gonna cross the finish line. No, he's gonna
Oh,
stay
the
P6.
same lap time.
Yeah,
The same lap time as Jensen. Wow.
Really close for them.
So, yeah. So
Not-
Jensen just pipped Copy.
I wouldn't even say that's close, that's just equal.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, that was it. Everyone got their lap
The
times.
same rounds to another decimal place that we don't see, which is why sometimes even if you set the lap time first, you don't get the position with someone equal to you. But certainly on this occasion, Jensen did set the time first.
And this is it. This is the grid. As both Idiot and Hugo's in the pits. So the rundown
Yeah,
as it is
they
now,
will
it's
retire.
Hugo's and Danny locking out the front row for Alfa Romeo. With who was it in P3? Now the screen changed.
I think Speedy P3,
Speedy
right?
was
It was a good lap
P3.
from
I think
Speedy.
it was Speedy P3.
Some idiot P4.
No,
Oh no,
Alex,
Alex put one in at the death. We missed that.
Yeah,
wow.
we missed that one. I felt like it wasn't Speedy because I saw something white, but I wasn't sure. Because I
Okay,
completely
wow.
missed it, yeah.
Completely missed that from Alex. So he's the best of the rest behind the Alfa Romeos, and a really good lap time from him. So see what he can do in the race. But certainly up front, it's Hugo and Danny who put on a show yesterday in the SLR Tier 1 race, and look like they might do the same again here today.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this. There's definitely gonna be some action in this race. Every other tier had action, and unlike Australia, this track people are not gonna be taking it as easy for penalties because it's not that hard. It's not that easy to pick up penalties on this track. So I feel like people are gonna be pushing, but not have that constant thought of, oh, I'm gonna extend the track here, gonna extend the track there, you know. So I think we're gonna see a lot more fights in this race than we saw in Australia, and hopefully no car on its roof this time.
Yeah, Danny will really hope not, because yeah, that was a disappointment for him last week. Hi to everyone in chat, by the way. Dragon, Wimpy, Niels, a bunch of other people as well. Brute, Silence Plays. Good to have you all along. Marion as well, and Michael. So good to have you all in chat.
Thank you all for joining us. Hope you're enjoying this lovely evening of TSRL with tier 2 before this, and now tier 1. So it's a race-packed evening with the actual F1 race being earlier in the day. That was also quite eventful towards the end.
Yeah, that was a surprise, wasn't it? At the end, don't want to spoil it too much, but yeah, watch to the end if you haven't watched it yet.
Or just watch the last few laps. It's all that you really need to watch. Okay.
So tire-wise, we got a couple of people. Yeah, there's a real mix of tires at the back of the grid. Most people have gone mediums, but Popo and Pixel have gone softs. Econi and Icewind have gone hards. So gonna have a mix of tire strategies, and that'll be fun to watch play out in this race.
Those hard tires, though, from what I've heard, they're really slow, and really they don't stick to the track as good as the mediums do. But With those
Yeah,
hards, you
and they don't-
definitely are able to do one stop hard soft.
And yeah, and they don't last much longer than the mediums either.
Yeah, a
So,
lap or two at most, I think.
Yeah. So the predicted pit strategy that just popped up for me says a 2-stop. It will not be a 2-stop. It will be, I think, for everybody, probably a 1-stop.
Unless there is some safety car shenanigans going on.
Yeah. There could be a safety car, of course, and yeah, in that case, it'll mean that those who have saved themselves a set of soft tires, maybe some people went softer compounds, which means they get 4 soft tires for qualifying, so they might have 1 left over for the race in that case.
We also know Icewind, he set a lap on mediums in qualifying, so he does have a fresh set of softs.
Yep, he certainly does, so he'll be
P19.
probably hard to soft.
But the last stint is going to be fresh softs. When everyone else on mediums most likely is going to have a used set of softs towards the end. So, unless they, as you said, they choose softer before the race started.
Yeah. So here we go. It's going to be 29 laps once again in Bahrain. It should be action-packed all the way through. The front runners have been joined by some wild cards. Alex Burbo,
Being one
who
of them.
I don't think we.
And he cut out there for me.
Yeah, I don't think he's shown he's got pace.
Oh, you cut your back. You cut out for a split second there for me.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. It's probably
Hopefully
the
that doesn't
lightning.
happen.
Yeah. Anyways, people are lining up. Seems like everyone is lined up at the grid. The 2 alphas at the front row of Hugo and Danny. As the lights go on, 5 lights. They're gonna go out any second now, and the Bahrain Grand Prix starts now. Hugo's got, seems like what is a stall almost, but never mind. He gets a pretty good start. Danny at the back of him, both of the alphas pull away quite nice. The Force India of, Racing Point of some idiot, 3 wide almost into turn 1 with Speedy and Alex. Idiot gets on top, actually 3rd out of the first few corners, coming into turn 3, and there's a massive crash in the
and
back.
the crash at the back. Yeah, Kirster's gone off, and he's lost a bunch of his front wing as well. Who else is at the back there? Nobody else has crashed. It's just Kirst.
I think he lost it on the corner exit there.
Yeah, I think he did as well. But up front, I don't know whether he was pushed or whether he did it by himself. But up front, yeah, Speedy having to back out of that. He was in the middle of a sandwich there, and very wisely, I think, decided to back out between Some Idiot and Alex. So Some Idiot going up to 3rd place with a really good start in the Racing Point, opposite from yesterday where he lost places on lap 1. Popo and Triton battling, and did Popo make a move there into the double left-hander? That's very brave if so, trying to make up places on those soft tires.
Yeah, Popo was really close to Timo there. Triton is on those medium tires, so he's just gonna have to keep up with those softs for the
Speedy sending one up the inside of the right-hander on Alex, and he's got that move done by the looks of things for the time being. So Alex using that push to pass, but Speedy also using it, and Slipstream not very strong here. So Speedy gaining a place on lap 1, having lost 1 at the start to Alex.
Yeah, Speedy started P5, Idiot started P4, yeah, so...
Oh, Speedy disconnected. Speedy ghosting for me at least.
Yeah, DRS enabled this lap as well. But he's ghosting for me as well, so the whole grid is now messed up, I think, because of it. But Hugo's and Danny still being in the lead, still not get... So, not to get confused.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people that look like they've ghosted. We've got Speedy looks like he is actually back. I don't know if that's his actual car, but it's ghosted for me. It looks like he might be in it because he's not driving like an AI. So Alex has gotten an overtake done there on Speedy. But yeah, as you mentioned, the 2 Alfa Romeos up front, Some Idiot trying to make a break as well from Alex and Speedy.
First actually bid for soft tires here, changing his front wing.
Yeah,
so he's looking to go soft and then I think mediums again towards the end.
Yeah, I imagine you probably can't get to the end on the hard tires from here, from the end of lap 1.
Yeah, definitely not. Those hard tires.
Hugo trying to make a break up front.
He's already 1 second off, so he's gonna be outside of the DRS range on the main straight. Unless Danny...
He might well be.
Danny's so on the edge. One mistake from Hugo, one mistake from Danny is what's gonna keep them. But as it is now, he's gonna have DRS on the straight, which is good for Danny. But Idiot really close to the back of Danny here. So he might be going for a move into turn 1.
Yeah,
Actually, no, the DRS
wonder
was
if he
the
will.
DRS wasn't open. The laps.
Yeah, no, it was too
yeah.
early. DRS enabled at the end of the lap, so this will be the first actual DRS zone, and I'm pretty sure Danny does have DRS, and so does everyone behind him that I can see. Popo and Timo battling over P10. Timo on the older soft tires, Popo on fresh soft tires, so Popo with the advantage there for a little while at least.
No, they both started on softs. Both of the tires
Yeah,
are same
they
age.
did, but Timo's softs had done qualifying, Popo's hadn't, so they were
it's like
they
that.
were fresh.
I think, yeah, because my tire screen is again messed up with it's saying Popo is on 0 lap hold, so
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
think
seeing
that's
that.
the
That's
I
expected
guess there's
glitch.
something where the game tries to differentiate between new soft tires and used soft tires, but it doesn't really do it properly, so I don't know. I guess that's a bug they'll fix eventually.
Eventually, let's hope in the next few patches, because this is getting quite confusing sometimes.
Yeah, certainly
Timo really
does.
close to the back of him, fighting for that P10. Everyone else
Yeah,
in DRS range, this first DRS lap, so it's good from them, but I think we're gonna start seeing tiny groups forming in the next few laps.
Yeah, I mean, we've got the usual cycling style peloton here with everyone within a second. Jensen is on the edge of a second,
yeah, edge of a second, and
from
then
Speedy.
the train from Jensen down to Popo, who's almost around 8/10, same difference between Jensen to Speedy as it is from Popo to Nick.
Yeah, certainly is. But Danny right now is comfortably within Hugo's DRS. He's used a lot of his battery doing it, but certainly he now has the DRS, so he'll be able to stay there if he doesn't make a big mistake in the next few laps.
Ikoni already 1 second away. Those hard tires seem to be really slow. If you look at Icewind and Ikoni, they're both falling off of the cars in front. Even though Icewind did make a couple of positions up on that opening lap, we saw.
Oh, Alex and Speedy fighting
side by
once
side.
again here, side by side,
Into
and
this
they've
double
lost
left-hander.
DRS. Yeah, they've lost DRS, so the two of them fighting each other and losing that DRS train as a consequence. Speedy has the DRS this time, so I think he's going to be overtaking, and Danny having a look at Hugo as well into that left-hander for the lead, but certainly Speedy does get the overtake done, but it does mean that the front three have broken away, and now this is the sort of gap that they will want to make sure they keep. Some idiot certainly
Really
trying to make sure he's right on the back of Danny. Yeah, absolutely.
There's 3/10 in between them all. I think they're all just gonna try to somewhat DRS train themselves. They know, all of them know it's not smart to fight this early in the race. It's all about keeping those tires alive, so the less you push, the better it is for your tires, the longer you can go. And the less the chance you're actually gonna get a puncture towards the end of the race. Even
Speedy trying so hard, and we got a fight towards the back between Bantz and Nick, and Bantz! Whoa, Bantz, that's not your lane. You gotta stay over to the left-hand side. Bit of contact down the straight, and Bantz does lose out there on the outside of that corner, so he's under pressure from Popo too now. Popo gonna have at least a look up the inside of that McLaren into turn 3. Bantz trying to hang it around the outside. Popo not really able to get the traction down, but he does have enough traction, and he gets the move done. So Bantz loses 2 places at the beginning of lap 5.
still in the points though, so which is good. He is on soft tires, so.
Yeah, Speedy has gotten himself back into DRS, by the way,
Really good
of
from Speedy.
some idiot. So yeah,
Alex
really.
also in DRS with him, so they're both in there again.
Yeah, really good turn of pace from Speedy there.
Nick though dropped out of the DRS from Kopi. And
Yeah,
Timo,
at least for the
Timo
time
actually
being.
going onto Bantz, he got the move done. On the
Yeah,
DRS.
Bantz has lost another place there. So Bantz having a really difficult lap. He started it in P8. He's ending it, we think, in P11. And Timo gets himself back into the points. Nick is right on the edge of DRS right now. And he's using that overtake button all the way down the straight pretty much just to make sure he gets the DRS. And I think he will have it on copy. He was just barely within a second. Yeah, he's got it. So that was smart from Nick.
On the grid, Wessel is also closing up onto Triton here with DRS and overtake. But look at Wessel, he barely has any overtake left, 6 laps in the race. It's gonna be hard, but he's gonna go for a move from the looks of it.
Yeah, Triton with no DRS, and that's going to be enough, I think, for Vessel to send it down the inside. Nice move from him.
There's no battles really happening on track. The top 3 drivers just trying to pull away, just taking it nice and easy, like nothing's happening to them. Hopefully, you know,
Yeah.
maybe P4 is gonna forget about that podium and they're just gonna pull off. Nice and easy.
Yeah, Alex looked like he's struggling just a tiny bit.
Look at
to hang
Icewind.
on to the back
Icewind
of
pit
Speedy.
for mediums. He went from those soft to mediums here.
Yeah, I guess he probably lost some of his front wing. That's the only reason I can think to do that.
Because those
He
mediums
started
are
on
gonna
the
be
hard
struggling towards the
tires.
end,
Yeah, he started on the hard tires, so he didn't have a set of hards. So the mediums were all he could put on, I think.
Kopi also closing in on the back of Jensen here, 5/10 off. He might even go for a move into on the main straight. He's got almost full ERS. Really good for him.
Yeah, Copy is, you know, we've seen Copy before. He is a master of conserving resources for the end of the race, and certainly I would suspect that that's what he's doing at the moment. But yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, it's still the top 11 that are in DRS. Nobody has managed to
Pull away, yeah.
sustain a gap of more than a second for more than a lap or so. So everyone's still within shouting distance, and running wide there was Nick, I think. He did get away with it.
Really close. As I said, wait, this is Idiot and Speedy side by side. Speedy actually going for a move into turn 4.
Yep, around the
Still
outside
side by side.
of some idiot. And Alex gets himself a 3-second penalty,
And
which
Idiot
is
stays
a
in
big
front.
deal.
But
He does for the
Speedy's
time
still
being.
the back
so
of him. Is he gonna go for switch back into this downhill right-hander? All over the back of Idiot here, pushing him through. So Speedy has some phenomenal pace, but pushing that hard is not gonna be that good on those soft tires. So those tires are gonna start dying off faster than other people's tires, I think.
Yeah,
I would say so.
I mean, I think that's right. I mean, I think we've seen before with Speedy that he does struggle to keep the tire life of some of the other drivers, and generally that's because he is on the pad rather than on the wheel. So we'll see if that's the case again today. I would expect him to do the soft hard strategy rather than the soft medium.
Yeah, definitely.
Some of the others will.
And we also know that Idiot, as if you said, Speedy is a bit like not as good as the other drivers on preserving tires. I would say Idiot is one of the best when it comes to preserving tires. From what I've seen him do and what I've seen him say, it's just phenomenal when it comes to it. And I think Hugo's and Danny are up there with him as well. With that tire
certainly Hugo is one of the smoothest drivers out there.
as Bance
Part of the
actually
reason he's
goes
so
into the
fast.
pits.
Yeah, Bance was struggling on those tires. I wonder if he did take some front wing damage there. We'll see if they replace
Also
his front
mediums.
wing.
No, he didn't take
Nope.
damage, but he does go in mediums. So he's going to be looking to go to
That's
the end.
interesting.
Yeah. He's going to really
Yeah,
be struggling.
I wonder if he is looking to go to the end. I wonder if he's gambling rather than taking the hards to the end of the race. I wonder if he's gambling on a safety car or something like that. Vessel losing a place again to Triton. Triton now breaking himself in turn 3. Vessel's going to try for the undercut. They're going to be side by side into 4 and 5.
Wessel stays in
Triton.
front. Triton stays in front, yeah.
Yeah, certainly does.
But that gives Iconi the pull back. So he's on the back of Wessel now. Iconi on those hard tires. And those hard tires, and they are slow, but they do die off slower than the mediums.
Yep, they do. So
I
he's
think
going to have an advantage later in the stint.
Here, the back of Wessel being really, like, his back being really loose there through that double left-hander on the exit on traction, and actually Iconi goes side by side, locks up, almost hits Wessel, has to back up. That was really close from Iconi.
Was close, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Iconi
Luckily they
just
didn't
needs
hit.
to be a little bit more patient, maybe. Timo's right on the edge here. Timo needs to use that overtake button down the straight. He's not done that, and I think he's lost DRS as a consequence
1.1.
on Popo. Yeah.
Speedy actually outside of DRS. Speedy pits.
Oh, bunch of people pitting. Yeah.
Yep.
So Speedy and Jensen and Copy all pitting, and I wonder which tires this is going to be for.
I would say hards. Yeah,
I would think so
Speedy goes
too.
on hards.
Yeah. So does Jensen, and
see what
Copy
Copy
is
goes.
going to
Hards as well.
do the same thing. So yeah, soft hard is what they've decided to do.
Someone picked up another penalty. I just missed my eye. Got it in the last second. Didn't see who it was. But 3-second penalty. That's the second one.
It was Icewind. Yeah. So Icewind, who's certainly struggled in this race so far. Already pitted once for a new set of tires.
Look at that. Alex and Nick both outside of the DRS of the top 3 at this point. They're pushing those softs. They're going to be pushing, I think, towards lap 11-ish, I would say, is when they would pit on those mediums.
Yeah, I would have thought so too. Popo will have a pretty big advantage here as Timo or Bance gets himself 3 seconds as well. on the medium tires. Timo still not on the back
Popo
of
on the back
Popo.
of Nick almost, pushing him through that corner.
Yep.
So I think
Remember, he's
Popo's going
got-
to be going for a move into on the
Yeah,
main
remember
straight.
he's got slightly fresher tires than Nick does on the on those softs. He didn't qualify on them.
Yeah, that's around, I'd say around 8%, if
Yeah,
I'm not mistaken. So that's a
yeah,
lap
no, that's
worth.
right. It's a pretty big advantage. It's easily a lap. Yeah, absolutely.
Gonna have better traction instead of the last corner. Gonna set him up with the overtake button and the DRS. He should get the job done here. Like it's nothing.
And-
Yeah, just breezes past.
Yeah, and Alex pits as well from what was 4th place. So Popo getting himself that 4th place on the
Alex gonna
road
go
now,
with
but
mediums.
Alex, of course,
Going on hards.
pitting.
Hards as well.
Yeah, Alex is going on hards. Timo also going on hards, and Pixel pitting on those fresh soft tires, and he's going to put mediums on. So he's going to try and go to the end of the race as Pixel.
So I think now every lap that we're gonna see people on soft spitting, I think all of them are gonna be going to mediums now. So the top 5 runners are all gonna be going soft medium from the looks of it.
Yeah, it does look like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I wouldn't expect hards from them at this point, since as you said before, the mediums and hards.
Tipsy and Slash fighting for ninth place on the road on the medium tires. Tipsy getting that one done in the inside of turn 3. So good stuff from Tipsy. Gets himself another place.
Medium tires. He will have to pit once more, but so will everyone around him except for Iconi. Actually, no. Wait. Is
Yeah,
Iconi gonna have to pit?
Iconi has to pit as well.
Iconi
I'm
has
pretty
to
yeah,
pit, yeah.
he started on those hard tires. Yeah,
Yeah, it's the
so he
tire
will have
life.
to pit.
Pixel Timo was running in P10 and he's currently P16. Kopi and Alex both shopping out quite a lot. So I
Yeah,
think we're gonna see
Timo-
them pitting in around 9 to 8 laps. The medium runners.
Yeah, probably. As one of the Alfa Romeos dives into the pits, it is Danny. So Hugo's going to go to the end of lap 11.
Some idiot.
So
will
is
as
some
well.
idiot. And so is Popo. So all 3 of them deciding they can stretch the tires. Nick pits at the end of 10 as well. He's probably going to put the mediums on. Yep, he does.
A really good job from Popo though, staying this close to Hugo's idiot and Danny. Even though they pit, he's only 3 seconds off, which is still really good considering
Yeah.
the times they're
Well, he started outside the top 10 as well. Did Popo?
And he is going for
Gained.
that soft medium strategy, and starting on the 1 lap fresher mediums, I mean softs, really is helping him in this stages. His tires are, even if you're not that good at preserving tire life, if you start with 8% less, it's just a blessing overall.
Yeah, it is certainly
Did he
nice.
actually
as,
dropped out of DRS of Hugo's?
Nope, he has DRS this time on Hugo. So of course Danny was between them and is no longer between them. So some idiot managing to retain DRS, which is very good for him.
He didn't open it though.
Did he not open it?
No, he didn't open it. I don't think he had it.
Interesting. Iconi down the inside of Triton. I imagine now the hard tires are better than the soft tires.
Yeah,
11 laps
definitely at
into
this
this
point.
stint.
Those medium tires are also going to be screaming for help now. Iconi actually doing his personal best sector right there. Almost,
Oh, and something happened there between Alex and Slash, I think. Maybe Copy and Slash. It's Copy weaving on the straight. Whether he wasn't happy there about something that Slash did, I don't know. The leaders pit though. Popo doesn't pit. Popo's got an extra lap, so he's going 12. And I wonder where these guys are going to come out. I wonder if Danny's going to get any sort of an undercut on his teammate and also on the other car that was with them of some idiot. Danny in traffic though. He's got Tipsy here as well as Jensen just ahead of him. And out of the pits comes Hugo, and Hugo has cleared Jensen, and Danny almost ran into the back. He did run into the back of Jensen there in turn 1. Did he lose any of his front wing? That will be crucial for Danny, because if he did lose his front wing and it was a pretty hard hit on Jensen, then that might scupper his chances for this race. He looks like he's not suffering too many ill effects though.
Some idiot also came out in a really bad spot. In a lot of traffic, he actually came right beside Alex. They were actually fighting into turn 4. So good job by Idiot actually keeping it in the front. But Alex now on the back of Idiot. And Speedy pit for those tires. So Speedy actually is in the net lead now, but he is on hards compared to those mediums.
Yeah.
So Hugo's gonna be
He is.
catching up to him now. He has to get that DRS, but those
Yeah, I would have
hards
thought so.
yeah.
Tipsy trying to defend here from some idiot. He used a lot of his battery there. They both had DRS, but some idiot sends one down the inside, and a clean
Gets the
move
job done, yeah.
into the left-hander.
Ooh,
Oh,
almost
he gets
loses
a
it there.
yeah, gets a
That's
little
really
bit of a swapsy on the exit though. So some idiot really pushing.
Yeah, cold tires.
Try and
as
stay
well.
with the to try and stay with the guys in front of him. Yeah, on those cold tires, as you
He's now on the
said.
back of Danny, so that's good for him.
Yeah, Popo pits from the lead, and I just wonder whether the guys behind will have.
Actually, Alex
Any
gets the job done on
difficulty?
Tipsy as well. Alex overtakes him down that
Yeah,
straight.
yeah.
Sector 3. Slashy picks up another 3-second time penalty. Jensen pits. Actually, no, Popo pits, my bad.
Yeah, Popo did pit, and he's come out. Wow, he's come out all the way behind these guys. So a bunch of people fighting 3 wide into turn 1. That was Tipsy. Sorry, that was Timo, Slash, and Nick. Oh, and Slash being forced onto the inside there, and just having to get out of it.
Still side by
And
side.
Timo and Nick gonna be
No.
side by side here into turn 3. Copy passing Tipsy as well, a little bit
Nick
further up
still
the
side by
road.
side. Still side by side with Timo. Gets actually in front. Gets the job done.
Yeah, Nick gets the
Icewind
place.
pits.
Another 3 seconds for Icewind, so he's not managed to avoid penalties in this race, unfortunately.
Ikoni currently in the lead of the race, but on those hard tires that he started on, so
Yeah, absolutely right. So
right
the
behind.
situation, well, the situation at the moment is that as Popo deals with Slash into the double left-hander, but the situation at the moment is that Speedy is in the net lead of the race, but he's got Hugo
right behind
in
him.
his DRS, yeah, and Danny as well is going to be catching up to the back of the 2 of them, I would think.
So Danny got the
before
job done
too
on
long.
Jensen. Idiot now behind
Yeah.
Jensen as well. Jensen with medium tires, so Idiot shouldn't have a problem getting past it. Same way Hugo shouldn't have a problem getting past Speedy here, so we're going to see a move in the next few laps. Probably this
Oh,
or
and
next lap.
Danny managed to use a bunch of his battery there to get into DRS, so good stuff from Danny getting that done.
Fastest
And
lap,
fastest lap of the race, yeah.
Idiot on the
Some
back of
idiot.
Jensen, going side
Yeah,
by
he's
side.
going to send it. Is he going to
No,
send it? Is
he
Jensen going to
decides
brake
to
too
back
late?
up.
Oh, Jensen, there's a corner there, my dude. Didn't manage to take it properly. And some idiot gets through. That was much too late on the brakes from Jensen.
Well, while that was happening, Slash got a 5-second time penalty for spitting in the pit lane.
Oh, Slashy.
Really unlucky for
Not
him.
what you want to see.
First pit on hard, so he started on mediums. Idiot sets the fastest sector 1, 4/10 up on his time. He's really pushing to get on the back of Danny.
Yep.
Hugo's here.
Yeah, he certainly is. He's trying very hard, using a bunch of that battery to get within a second. It looks like he might have done it. So this is an interesting race, isn't it? We got the
Oh,
lead.
yellow flag, sector 2. I think that's Icewind.
That is a spun Icewind. So yeah, Icewind's really struggling in this race.
He also picked up another 3-second time penalty this lap, so he's already
Oh,
at
dear.
9. Yeah.
Yeah, so Icewind's race not what he will want after his really, really good drive last week. This hasn't been of quite the same caliber, unfortunately, but he'll be back. He's a
Stronger
very
next
good
week.
driver.
Vietnam, new track.
Yep, we've got Hanoi next week. That'll be fun.
It's gonna be really fun. Seeing actual people race there for the first time since it's not happening in the real season. Yeah, the times here. Nick is actually really close to Vance. Actually side by side with Popo. Popo almost locks up. It's really tight
Well, the
battles.
two-
Popo and Timo
well,
actually
yeah,
still
the-
side by side.
Yeah, and the 2 McLarens as well, side by side.
It's a
Tipsy
massive
looks
battle.
like he is going to
Nick goes
yield to
on
Vance.
the
Oh,
outs-
and Tipsy losing all sorts of places there. He's lost 2 places so far. He might lose a third here to Popo as well. He doesn't, but no DRS on that.
Nick's
That really
still in
hurt.
front. Still side by
Tipsy.
side. Nick and Vance.
I think Vance will have DRS.
Yeah.
Oh no, Nick has DRS.
has
So
DRS.
Vance losing out.
That was quite a battle there. Through the first three corners, they're really close in between all of those guys. Down from
Yeah.
P10 to P14.
3 of the elder statesmen of 2SRL, Nick, Vance and Tipsy, they've all been driving since season 1, and certainly they were battling nice and hard there. Popo having a look up the inside
and
of Tipsy,
Timo
but not able
getting
to be
really close
committed
in.
enough. Yeah, Timo's sniffing as well.
Almost pushing each other through those corners. Timo is actually on hard tires compared to Tipsy's and Popo's. Those mediums are gone. Tipsy and Popo actually side by side here. Popo gets
Yep,
the job done.
Popo
Inside
down
line.
the inside.
Yeah.
Tipsy hanging on for a long time on those tires though, and as a consequence, Popo has lost DRS on Nick.
And this is bad for
Up
Timo as well.
front.
He's losing a lot of time to these guys fighting.
Yeah, he'll have to get this move done on the front straight and maybe use some
Overtake.
battery. He
Is he
doesn't have a whole bunch of battery to
He's gonna go
use,
side
but
by
he
side.
will.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tipsy
there he
lets it go
goes.
through.
Tipsy giving him that. Hugo has passed Speedy then on the straight as well. Speedy having to defend from Danny as well. That was a late move from Danny. Looked like a clean move from
Still
Danny,
side by
but
side.
both Alfa Romeo so far. A little bit of contact between the two of them.
Both of
They're
them are gonna have
fighting
DRS
very hard
because
over
of Hugo's.
this. Still side by side down the back
Danny
straight.
has the inside line though.
Danny with the inside, and it looks like he might have just about got it done.
Ooh.
There's Danny! They tag wheels just for a second. Danny didn't quite leave room on the exit, and he got spun around as a consequence. And disaster for Danny. I didn't see whether he hit the wall, but I suspect he did, and I suspect he lost a bunch of his front wing. And after such a good race yesterday, and after such a good qualifying, Danny has had, well, an incident there that's going to be extremely costly for him. He's going to have to pit, I think, for a new nose.
Yeah, his front wing left side is completely broken almost. The end plate is gone, so he's not going to have any grip. He's going to be locking up every corner, so he has to limp all the way to the pits as well. And he had that accident still in sector 1, so he's got almost theoretically the whole of the track, the last 2 sectors to go through to get to the pits.
He certainly does. And you just got to, I mean, again, that wasn't all that important, that position.
Yeah.
Because you're still in DRS, you're still in a good position, but you know, it's one of those things where you can't win the race by getting past there or defending your position there, but you can certainly lose it by fighting too hard, and that was what happened.
Alex actually here on the back of Speedy into turn 1 on the inside, still going side by side, really close from them. Really nice, not touching wheels. Alex stays back, so he gets DRS. And now coming up to turn 4, Alex is gonna pull out on the inside, and I think this should be quite an easy move with the inside line into turn 4. A lot cleaner than what happened before, but Speedy fighting back.
Switcheroo.
Yeah, Speedy stays in front. Really well done.
A little bit deep into the corner from Alex, and Speedy getting the undercut. Good stuff from him. Up really front though, just mentioned about that crash happening. It happened just behind Hugo, and some idiot now is in a net second place, but he's not in Hugo's DRS, so he'll need to use some battery to get into DRS if he possibly can, but Hugo has a lot of battery to use, so it might not be the case that some idiot is able to get back into DRS there.
Alex
and Hugo, in fact,
fighting with Speedy super close to him through those corners. So he's gonna be trying to get past him. He's on fresher tires as well, 1 lap fresher, so he really wants to get past. And I think that's what it was with Danny and Speedy as well. Danny was on medium tires, so he really wanted to get past those hards, just so he can push as hard as he can, get the 1 second gap onto Speedy. But
yeah, I imagine this is going to be a race-long battle for what is effectively 3rd place right now between
Alex and Speedy.
Speedy, Alex, and also Jensen and Copy, who are also in the mix there as well. Jensen, we saw yesterday as Hugo gets the pass done on Triton, who hasn't pitted yet.
Alex goes on the inside. Goes a bit deep. Speedy gonna fight back.
These two costing each other all sorts of time. Alex will have DRS, so you'd think he will get the move done again.
Alex does not have DRS.
I think he did. I think that's how he was able to get alongside Speedy there.
I'm just completely missing some things. Yeah, this time he gets the job done. Stays in front into those corners. But Speedy might fight back actually into this. No, he stays back. Oh no, still side by side. A really good exit, but so this is an interesting battle happening here. Ooh.
End up the inside, the little block pass from Speedy, and not able to get alongside, get the move done or anything like that.
Jensen and Kopi on the back of them now. Them two fighting. Already at almost a 4-second gap to Triton. Actually, some idiot got the job done on Triton. Following through the lead.
Some idiot has passed Triton, but he's even further now out of Hugo's DRS. So unless Hugo makes a mistake, and we've seen Hugo does not make many mistakes, it looks like he might be clear at the front of this one. Ikoni is still in the lead, but he has yet to pit on the hard tires.
Yeah, I think those hard tires now 19 laps old. I think those tires might be in puncture range at this point already. I'm not exactly sure how many laps they survive, but Triton here pits from the mediums.
Yeah, Triton's gone on the it's going to go on the soft tires. Yeah. So Triton's mediums were close to puncture territory, I would have thought.
Really close to.
Popo
Alex
not
here.
quite close enough to, yeah, and Alex and Speedy still going to be fighting here. Not close enough this time. Maybe a time for Speedy to conserve some of that battery behind Alex. He's got DRS, of course.
Look at Kopi though.
Penalty check. I think only Alex has penalties of the lead drivers. So Alex has a penalty and 2 warnings. Some idiot has 1 warning. Hugo, well, need you ask about Hugo. He does not have any warnings.
Danny sets the fastest lap now on soft tires as well. Pixel picks up the 3-second time penalty.
Yep, so Pixel, he's been on those medium tires. I don't know how long he's been on those medium tires, actually. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he stopped, so I think he's been on them for a little while.
Yeah. Look at Kopi though. He's just relaxing in P7, waiting if something happens in front, just waiting for his opportunity to go past. He has the arrest, that's all he has to do. Stay at the back of Jensen as Alex and Speedy are constantly fighting. I think they both realize that fighting just loses them both times, so I think they might just back off and try to work together even though they're not teammates. I think it's too late for that now with both Jensen.
I mean, I
and
think that's
Kopi.
what you have to do. But yeah, I mean, the front 2 have gotten away. Iconi pits from the lead. He's going to put the softs on for the final stint as well. Worth mentioning, Triton already passed Vessel on those soft tires. He's going to be charging now after Pixel and after the people in front as well.
Russell picks up a 3-second time penalty.
Yep.
So looking at all of this, look at Bance. He pit really early onto those mediums, but I don't think those mediums are going to get to the end. I think he might get a puncture. It's going to be 20 laps old mediums on the last lap.
I just wonder how much he has he's been saving those tires, because certainly he's been in traffic for the whole time, so it's hard to save tires when you're in traffic.
Yeah. He's in a good spot now. He's in the points, but I don't know. I genuinely don't know if he's going to be able to get those tires to the end. If he does, a massive congrats to him, because that's just
No, he will have deserved it. He's got Iconi 4.5 seconds behind on the softs. He's going to be there in no time. And he's got Timo on the hards, and they are fresher hards as well than Vance's mediums. So yeah, Vance looking very vulnerable. He's gonna do well to get himself any points here today.
Timo really close to him.
Gap at the front. Yeah, he could well do. Gap at the front, 2.2. So Hugo pulling away. Timo having a little look up the inside of Vance into the last corner, but then he's decided that he actually wants DRS. And he's going to... oh yeah, Vance pitting. Yeah, Vance pitting.
So he's going to go on to sauce here.
It was never his intention to go to the end of the race. He has to pit for soft tyres, and that effectively, I think, knocks him out of any sort of contention at the front.
Yeah. Kopi here. Still the battle for P3 is still going on. Basically, from Alex to Kopi, still really close. All of them in DRS of each other.
Yeah, 9 laps to go, and I just wonder if these guys are just gonna sit there for the whole time. They might well do. Alex is gonna be pushing and trying to get away, but getting away is very difficult.
Yeah, he is on the 1 lap pressure tires than the other 3 guys.
Yep. That might be an advantage.
Iconi, 2.8 seconds off Timo.
But we spoke to Jensen after the SLR race yesterday, and he had a couple of incidents towards the end of that knocked him out, but he reckons he was good for a podium in that race had they not happened, and I just wonder if he thinks the same thing here today. He's just chilling there behind Speedy.
Yeah, as you said, Alex has a penalty, right?
Yep, in fact, yeah, Alex does have a penalty, and he's got 2 warnings as well, so Alex is close to getting a second penalty, so yeah, he's that puts him by default, I think, at the back of this group.
So Jensen is on for a podium here.
Yeah, well, if he can pass Speedy, he is.
Yeah, Speedy put up some good fights as well this race. Had that incident with Danny, so we don't know what's going to happen with that. Not for the FIA to decide.
Yeah, it certainly is. Nick, who is on mediums as Alex goes defensive into turn 3. Speedy, I don't think is particularly interested in overtaking. Speedy hasn't really, though, been able to... Oh, and he gets it all wrong on the exit of that corner as well. Speedy hasn't really been able to save that battery, so...
Really low on that battery.
Yeah, he is.
40%.
And he has been the whole time. And Copy just, well, as you would expect from Copy, just sat there. It's on 80%. Not really using very much at all.
Hope he's on for a podium as well then. The last few laps, all of them are going to be pushing, and as it is now, Speedy is going to drop off with no ERS. It's going to be hard to defend those corner exits. They're going to have so much more speed, so much more acceleration.
Yep.
Actually, look at some idiot. He's kind of reeling Hugo's back in. Slowly
Yeah,
but slowly.
he's getting closer. 3/10 this lap on Hugo. I'm just going to keep an eye on these lap times.
Danny really close to Tipsy as well. Almost went for a move there.
Oh yeah, Danny is going to be overtaking quite soon, I'm sure. Hugo going to cross the line. He does a 30.0. Some idiot crosses the line 29.5.
Yeah.
So I wonder if this is just one last push from some idiot to try and get back in touch with Hugo.
Speedy really close to Alex, side by side into turn 1.
Here we go again. These two.
Inside line. She gets the job done. Really nicely done from Speedy there. I don't
Well,
think Alex
it
was
is for the
expecting
time
him.
being.
Yeah.
Alex doesn't have DRS at the second one,
And
so
Speedy got
Alex.
it onto him. But,
Yeah,
but
we'll
both
just have to
Jensen
wait.
Hope not close enough. So this is
Nick is falling off the back of this group as well. So even though he's on the medium tires, Nick not able to keep up.
so while Speedy was behind Alex, Speedy was not in such a good place with ERS. But as it is now, he is in a much better place because there's a car between him and the two other people challenging him.
Yeah, I just don't know how much that matters at this point. There's still 6 laps to go at the end of this one.
Yeah.
And you're just locked, like your DRS locked. There's nothing you can really do to get away. Speedy certainly, I mean, he's using all of his battery. He didn't have much in the first place, but he's not going to be able to get away. So it just doesn't make sense to keep pushing like this and be on 10% battery the whole time. You're better off just like chilling, being overtaken if that's what happens, but having the battery at the end of the race. And Speedy just not really doing that right now.
Yeah.
Seems as though he's trying everything he can to get away. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, Danny's pushing through the field. Got the job done both on Pixel and Tipsy here. Pixel
Yeah,
and Tipsy
unfortunately-
close to each other as well.
Unfortunately for him, he's got 10 seconds as Jensen gets the pass on Alex. And Jensen, I think, is going to have a look at Speedy as well. He doesn't quite get that done. Penalty for bans.
So Alex is dropping places on. He is on fresher cards, but just started struggling. Actually, Alex fighting back onto Jensen.
Yep.
On his outside here. Going side
Trying
by
to go
side.
around the outside. Oh, and has he managed to get that move done? They're still going to be side by side into the fast right left.
Really close.
Nothing
but
doing
really nice.
from Alex, yeah.
Alex might fight back here into this corner. No, he decides to back off. He doesn't want to send a dive. Opie just on the back of them.
Yep,
Nice
Copy
event.
is Copy not doing anything too silly.
Speedy
Just
pulling away
Alex
though.
not going to be able to get around the outside of Jensen in the double left-hander. Speedy is pulling away a little bit.
All this fighting is not good for them.
Yeah. We don't want to let Speedy get away. Maybe Speedy can get away after all. He's, well, 8/10 at the moment. He lost a bunch because of the DRS there for Jensen.
He almost gained. Look at them. Look at those times. 1.2 seconds off their best time just because of fighting. This shows you
Yeah.
how much you actually lose fighting.
Yep.
Especially on this
Certainly
track.
do.
Dirty air and everything. The tires really at the edge of their life.
And there's a
last
chance
one.
as well that this brings Nick back into play. He's 2.5 behind now. He was 3.1 a couple of laps ago. 5 laps to go as they cross the line.
Opie
Hugo
really
looks
close
like
to
he-
Alex as well. He pulls on the inside. I think this should be moved on for him as well. Still going side
Yep,
by
down
side.
the inside
really
into turn
close.
1, still side by side. The two Williams teammates. Alex not really giving any room there, and a little bit of barging between the two of them. Alex needs to yield just a little bit to his teammate there, trying to go around the outside, but nothing doing there. And Copy gets the place. So Alex, it's been a bit of a struggle for him, hasn't it? This second stint.
Yeah, just dropping on places. Also using a lot of overtake. Actually almost loses it there on the outside curb. Nicely saved as well, so that
Yeah,
was really
did
close.
catch it. Up front, we're at 1.8 now between Hugo's and
1.8,
some idiot.
1.9. I think that gap
1.9.
is stabilizing itself.
Yeah, it's not moving very much, is it? Certainly not moving enough for some idiot to be interested in that one. Popo has passed Nick, unseen by us, and Econi's on the back as well on the soft tyres. keep an eye on this just for a little bit as Icewind gets himself, poor Icewind gets himself another penalty.
Speeding in the
This
pit.
one for
Iconi
speeding in the
actually
pit
going
lane.
through the outside. Oh, the fast right-hander. He's looking.
Oh, I don't know about this. That's a brave move. Put a lot of faith in Nick there not to cut him off. Nick didn't cut him off.
He's on the back. Look at the traction those soft tires have.
Yep.
He's side by side. Using overtake, he still has 50%.
Yep.
Gets the
Nick
job
not
done
fighting
before the
very
last
hard
corner,
at
but
all.
Oh god, was a bit wide.
He's going to be in the mix here at the end of this race, is Iconi, with the guys up front, with this battle for third, especially as they are all slowing each other down.
Yeah, he's on for a P6 finish at least with those softs, as we know Alex has a penalty.
Oh, and Iconi sending one up the inside of Popo into turn one. A little bit of contact between the two of them. Popo, I don't know if he saw him coming.
I think he was expecting it. He knew he's on soft. But
Yeah.
Iconi's just super fast on those soft tires right now.
DRS and a bunch of battery on
Ooh,
the
yellow
soft
flag.
tires. So around the outside, what are the yellows for? We got
Mercedes.
Slash LP has spun, I think, yeah, in the long left-hander. And Iconi has gotten the place from Popo, so he's 2.6 behind the gaggle in front. And I imagine that gap is going to disappear quite soon. He's on those fresh soft tires.
Sharon picks up a 3-second time penalty. Sharon on the soft tires catching that P10. With that 3-second time penalty, it's not going to be that easy.
Good question. Does Iconi have any penalties? He does not.
Actually,
Owen,
look at
so,
Idiot, 1.5. 1.4
Oh,
now.
Okay.
He's catching.
So with 4 laps to go, and just what the battery situation is, Hugo's been using a bit of battery as well, so just wonder if he's going to be... Oh, and almost losing it on the exit of that right-hander there is Speedy. He did catch it, but Jensen and Copy now looking racy. Alex has lost DRS on these guys.
I think we're going to see
2.2 behind.
this battle is going to go down to the line. It's for the podium, so I think all of them want to get it. This early in the season is going to be a big confidence boost. Actually, Jensen pulls on the outside.
Yeah, and Copy as well. I think Speedy's going to lose 2 places here as the other two both go up the inside. Copy still alongside Speedy. Speedy will have to leave room on the exit. Copy
Gets
does
DRS.
have that position for
Actually,
the time
Jensen
being.
doesn't have DRS, so they both might fight back. Jensen's
No,
stuck
I
on the
think
outside.
he's too far away. So
Ooh,
Jensen,
Copy
oh, very nearly hitting the back.
Now Speedy's on
Jensen
the
there to
back
Copy.
of Copy.
Yeah,
So Speedy, I mean Copy using that ERS he has been saving up for the whole race, I think for this very moment now.
yeah, pretty much. There are 2.5 laps to go up front. We'll keep an eye on this gap. It's 1.5 at the moment. Just gonna have a look at the penalty situation. Does Hugo have any warnings? Has he been pushed into any little mistakes? Nope.
Oh, Wessel
Some
and
idiot
Bance
does not
fighting
have...
as well. Okay, Bance stays in front, but Wessel was side by side with him at the end of Sector 1. So Bance keeping it in front, but does have a penalty. Back to Copy and Jensen now. I think this is the battle for P3.
Yeah, and something happened because Alex is back on the back of them, and Iconi is 1.5 seconds behind. So there's going to be some fireworks here for this 3rd place. I don't think there's going to be any fireworks up front as Hugo crosses the line to start his penultimate lap. Icewind, for giggles, takes the fastest lap, 27.0. That shows his pace in the Alpha Tauri. But here, we're going to have some fun here because Copy has passed Jensen. The yellow flag was for Icewind, who I think got out of the way, and
Yeah.
Copy down the outside of Jensen, and he does have battery. What's the battery situation? Only Copy and Alex at the moment have battery in that group, so they have the advantage. Alex using some of his battery here to get on the back of Speedy.
The last 2 laps as well. Copy now in a good spot with the battery, and he's not gonna have DRS, but he can't pull away with that battery. He just feels. It looks like he's a lot more confident than the other drivers around him on those old hards.
Yep.
I think he was also
Certainly does.
saving those tires a lot better since he was not fighting. He was just looking at
Yep.
the action unfolding in front of him. So.
And Iconi is almost in DRS of this group, so those soft tires still have some life in them. And Iconi doing his level best to stay on the back as these guys fight in front of him. Last lap of the race about to start then. Some idiot is almost in DRS. He's 1.2 behind. He's using all of his battery to just try and get that DRS, but he's not quite close enough. 1.1 at the detection point.
Really close by those two. Hugo's
Yep.
an idiot. Both of them driving an amazing race here. Copy 10 seconds
And-
off in P3. Already half a second gap though to Jensen. All of them about to start the last lap. What is DRS?
All right. What's about to happen here? Speedy is on the back of Jensen. Icewind gets out of the way. He is lapped. Econi is on the back of this group as well. 5 cars in this little gaggle. Up front, it's 1.6. I think that one is done. I think Hugo's going to win the race. His second in a row. But here goes
5 laps
Jensen.
right.
Not close enough.
Again.
Into turn 3.
But Jensen keeping close. Speedy as well. 2/10 off of Jensen. In total, a second off almost of Kopi at this point. 8/10.
Yeah, no one close enough for a move into the tight right-hander. Alex, of course, has a penalty, so he's going to be.
Dropping down.
He's not really in that P6.
Actually, Alex drops to P8. Popo should get a position from that as well.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, then super close. Is Speedy gonna go for a move here? No. Just looked like he side by side for a second.
No, no one's quite close enough. Hugo and
Yellow
some idiot
flag. Okay,
crossing the line. We've got Icewind getting out of the way. Yeah, that's the yellow.
Really close. Iconi on the back of Alex. I think he knows he has a penalty.
Yep, I would suspect he
Hugo
probably
here.
does.
Gonna cross the line to win 2SRL Tier 1 with some idiot closely behind him. Yeah, both of them really well done. But now back to the battle. Kopi in P3. I think this is about it. Kopi gonna cross the finish line here to take the P3. Jensen. Actually, no. Jensen goes to P3. Kopi picked up a penalty that we didn't see.
Kopi had a penalty. We did not realize that Kopi had a penalty.
So
I
Jensen
completely
got
missed
a
that.
podium, and Speedy P4.
He got 4 warnings on lap 11. What on earth happened there? So I don't know. Kopi though does have the 3 seconds. So he drops to P6, Alex drops to P7, and Jensen gets a podium. Speedy P4 just behind, and Econi on
P5.
the... Yeah, from all the way down on the grid. Where did he start? Let's have a look. He started in P12, so
Really
good
good
try
job
from
from
Econi on the different strategy. Yeah, really good.
See some of these position changes. Really unlucky for Danny as well. Had that incident with Speedy. Danny was on for a podium there as well.
Yeah, Danny unfortunately paying the price for that incident with Speedy. We'll see what happens in the FIA with that one as well. But certainly it's one of those incidents that can happen if you're willing to bang wheels. And a lot of the time you'll get away with it, but a lot of the time you won't. And Danny paid the price today.
Okay. Now this time I'm gonna do this to you. Last week you asked me who was my driver of the day, so I think this week you should start it off. We're gonna see the driver of the day popping up here, Econi. He's the games driver.
Econi. Yeah, I mean he's a contender. I don't think I would. Who would I give it to? Let's have a look. Hugo wins the race, of course. Pretty much a textbook drive once again by him. And that qualifying lap was superb. Who am I going to give this to? I think just because of the... man. Maybe it's Jensen, you know, because after yesterday where he didn't have the result he wanted after those couple of incidents with Bailey, he did come back today and he has put it on the podium just as he said he was going to yesterday. So I think it was a really good drive from Jensen, and I just wonder, yeah, I think you'll be really happy with that. Hugo and some idiot, obviously it goes without saying, both drove a fantastic race, but I think I'm going to give it to Jensen. Just yeah, I think so. What do you reckon?
Jensen did drive amazingly, but I think I'm gonna agree with the game with Econi here.
Oh, hang on. Kopi thinks his penalty will be removed, so something happened there. Yeah, it was weird because I looked at the penalties and he had 4 warnings on the same lap. So
and you didn't see it
something
before when we
happened.
went through it. So
yeah, and Kopi yeah messaging me with that as well. So yeah, so I mean something weird must have happened there. So maybe that makes Kopi driver of the day because I think he drove a really good race. To me at least.
He kept that ERS management just phenomenal. Yeah, I mean even if he got a penalty, I don't know. It's for me it's between him and Econi, because the way he managed that ERS and still stayed super close to everyone was just phenomenal. So I would say still between him and Econi, and I think if he doesn't get the penalty removed, I'd say Coney. But if the penalty gets removed, which I think it will, because you went through it and there was no penalties on him.
Yeah, well, he said he got 4 warnings in one corner, which, yeah, I mean, he got 4 warnings on the same lap. That was what I found. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that one being removed probably.
I'm gonna go with Kopi being my driver of the day here. Final answer. It's him.
All right, Copy is our driver of the day.
Kopi and Jensen,
really good
both
stuff.
of them, both amazing drives.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, all of the top. I mean, it's again. We said it before about Bahrain, but it's one of those tracks where you just need to like stick around and good things happen. So yeah, I think it's they did that the best. They're Copy and Jensen in that second group. Hugo and Some Idiot, of course, did it in the main group as well.
Yeah, really good from them. I think we could start pulling people in for interviews here.
Yeah, I think Some Idiot is. Let's make General Chat 3 the interview channel. So if you want to talk to us, hop into General Chat 3, and the first person in General Chat 3 is Mr. Some Idiot, who a drive to second place, which was at times. I mean, in that second stint, you were looking as though you might at least be thinking about going after Hugo, but I guess just not quite enough pace at the end there.
Just an inch short, and there's a good saying. Not. I'm trying to think if it's an inch short and a mile away. It's like not mile away. I wasn't a mile away from getting to him. Just good job to Hugo on that. I put myself a little too far back at the start because I didn't qualify very well. I mean, got lucky at the start, got 2 spots, but yeah, I mean, race just didn't go exactly how it needed to for me to have a shot at Hugo. I felt like I had a good car at the end of the stint. I just, like I said, I put myself too far back. Hugo did an awesome job keeping the tires going. Congrats to him. But I tried. That's all I can really say for that. I tried.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess the crucial moment may have been when you guys had to deal with traffic. And I think you were caught behind, was it Tipsy you were caught behind just for a couple of extra corners, and that might have just knocked you out of that DRS that otherwise you would have had. So is that what happened from your perspective?
Yeah, there was 2 situations where we caught traffic at just. It's nobody's fault. It's just how a race plays out. Just caught him in bad spots. I caught Tipsy going into turn 10, and if you're gonna try to make a move there, it's risky, and I'm not gonna take a chance on someone else's race to further my own at that point. It's just not it's a very low, very high risk, low reward if I try diving it into 10. And then I also caught Triton through there as well, and I almost ran him over on exit at turn 10. It's just the difference in tires. It's not he did everything he could on his tires, so it's not like there was anything nefarious. It's just you just caught traffic at the wrong places, and it definitely didn't help. But I still should have been able to close up a little bit more. I fell back just a tiny bit too much, like around 7-8 laps to go. I was trying to tire save till about 8 to go, and just see if I could close up from there. But yeah, traffic didn't help. But like once again, I just put myself too far back. That's on me. That really is.
Yeah, fair enough. No, it's and yeah, it is. I mean, when you get to this level of competition, it is just the small mistakes that make the difference. And yeah, just 1 or 2 more of those maybe. And yeah, Hugo again. I mean, as you mentioned, it was a pretty much faultless drive yesterday from him, and once again today it was too. I think. Not much went wrong at all.
Absolutely, fantastic job from him. Can't take that away whatsoever from him. Excellent job.
It was fun watching you the delta though, just fluctuating from like 2 seconds to 1.5, and then a bit up and then a bit down. It was just, we were on edge. We didn't know till the final lap if you were actually gonna get DRS as well. Coming into the last corner, you using all of your overtake.
That was I just, like I said, I was too far back. Another 10th or 2, and maybe I could have given you guys a show on the last lap. I had in the back of my mind as well as even if I could get to DRS, I was using quite a bit to just get there. Yeah, I think he had a little bit in reserve, so it would have been difficult to make a pass, but I would have liked the chance, dang it. But it's just how it is. It's just how it is.
Yeah. Well, anyways, good job. A much better result than last weekend's, for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is there any other questions I can answer?
I don't think I have any. Tara, if you have any to follow up.
Yeah,
with
I mean, I guess just, and I think I asked you yesterday about Hanoi as well. What are you expecting going into that one next week?
That's once again, I feel like it's going to be a tale of two ends. How much of a race car can I make versus how much of a qualifying car do I need to make? Because what I think is I put myself too far back in qualifying. I had a race car. I knew I had a good race car. The qualifying car was going to come down to what I could get out of it. And in Hanoi, it's going to be the same thing. It might be possible to pass on the big straight in sector 2, but it's still. It's just you got to start up front to have a shot at staying up front, and I think I'll be all right in Hanoi, but I got to work on quality pace a little bit more. I know I have a good race car. I've been working on some for Hanoi. I have a good race car, but the quality pace is what I need to sort out, and that's on me. But I think it'll be good. It'll be a good show.
Okay, one last thing now that we went on to Hanoi actually. Since you already started building on it, do you have any prediction for what strategy is like in Hanoi?
Soft medium.
Soft medium.
Don't do soft hard. It's too slow. You're better off two stopping than using hards. Just gonna say that now. For anyone listening, soft medium. Do soft medium. It's better. Don't do hards. Please do not do hards. They're too slow. Do a two stop before you do hards. Please.
I would not touch the mediums.
Good
He is
input,
wrong.
though.
Do not
Milosh
listen
is
to him.
yeah. Milosh is going to be pitting lap 2 anyway, probably. So you know,
Yeah.
it's,
He's not one to listen to.
It's going to be on the hards from lap 2.
I mean, we'll see Milosh go on tier 3 on Tuesday, so we'll see how that goes.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know who else wants to talk to us, by the way. So message
I think Hugo
me.
will. I think
Hugo will. Okay.
Let me ask him to
Yeah,
jump over to chat 3.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see Hugo at the moment. It would be good to speak to Hugo because once again.
You want to talk to the race winner?
Yeah,
Oh,
we do.
yeah, we talked to P2,
we certainly
so
do.
I think race winner is
All
next
right.
year.
Okay, I'll go find him. I'm gonna head off, so you guys have a good one. I'll try
Yeah,
to get him over
you
here.
too. Enjoy.
All right. Great.
All right,
Thanks
thank
very
you.
much,
Thanks
Cody.
for having me.
Bye bye.
All right, bye bye.
Bye. So that was some idiot, aka Cody,
Finish P2.
who finished second in this race. I think you probably need to message me if you want to speak. I don't know. Are people in general chat for wanting to speak, or is that a?
I don't know.
Is that a different? I don't think it is, right? I think that's a
feel like,
different channel. So
yeah, I feel like it's a different channel, but I wouldn't mind talking.
so
to
just ping
Speedy
me a
either.
Discord message or put it in chat.
Yeah, Hugo's in general chat 3, so I think he's ready to be moved.
Ah, there he is.
There he
Let's drag him in straight away then, because Hugo, I think you had to work. I mean, it seemed to me at least like you had to work a little bit harder for this one today than you did yesterday. Certainly at the end of it.
Yeah, I would think so.
How much did you think? How much did you have in reserve there at the end with some idiot trying to get in that DRS?
I don't think I had much like I think I used everything I did on the last I could on the last lap. But we were in a voice call together, so about four or five laps before the end, he asked me what my ERS was, and I had 20% more than him at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I was quite surprised that he managed to gain that much time on me at the end.
Yeah, he was completely pushing in the end. I think before the last lap started, he completely used his ERS, and you were still 20% higher, roughly, give or take. So yeah, that was close.
Yeah, no, I mean the qualifying lap. How sad are you about that last qualifying lap? Because we saw you were up, and then you invalidated.
Yeah, I mean I'm still happy with my 0.8, so it wasn't like.
Yeah, I mean you were only on pole by a quarter of a second, so you know.
Was it that much?
Yeah, I think so. Well, actually, no, it wasn't because it was a 0.89, right? And Danny did a 25.06 or something.
0.02?
Yeah, I think it was 1.5 times.
Yeah,
Okay.
1.5-ish. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess a 10.5 isn't that much. I mean, were you relieved to see Danny and Speedy crash behind you? Was that something that you were worried? No.
I mean, Danny got wing damage from rear-ending Jensen. I think when it
Okay,
came out the pits.
I wondered if he did.
And so I was trying to drag him along in my DRS, because we're teammates, of course.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
yeah. When he crashed, I wasn't happy. But
Yeah. No, fair enough. Yeah, I didn't see if he got damage in that, but
I felt like
I thought
he
perhaps
hit
he
the
might
wall.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he hit Jensen pretty hard, so it's not that surprising. But yeah, I mean, that's 2 wins out of 2. Feeling pretty good. What about next week?
Hanoi.
Are you confident?
Against some idiot, no, because I know he has a lot of pace around there.
Okay. How much running have you done?
I did a social race there with some idiot. I actually won it only due to a late safety car and some bugs. So
Okay.
I'm not sure if the safety car will be on next week, because
Yeah, there's
with the way the pit entry is, it's kind of like ahead of the penultimate corner, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
But you enter it before the penultimate corner, so when you enter the pit lane, the game thinks you've overtaken the safety car, and it disqualifies you in the pits.
Oh, okay.
It also,
Yeah, so
if you overtake someone, I think it counts like you overtook someone on their safety car, so you get a drive through then as well for it. It's either that or disqualification. So.
Okay, so yeah, that's probably no safety car then next week. I imagine that'll be the case across SLR as well. It was good to see, by the way, no safety car in the race today. I don't know how other people feel about that. Yeah, no retirement. So I'm certainly a little bit fatigued with safety cars. There's seem to be safety cars every single race.
Yeah, I mean, I did 3 races at Bahrain so far, and none of them have had a safety car. So.
Yeah, I guess it is one of those tracks because it's got like 5 corners, so people don't tend to crash very much.
It's mostly just hitting a curve, spinning on your own, or something.
Yeah. And if you do spin, the barrier's like 3 miles away, so
there's a lot of runoff.
You've got plenty of space. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, fantastic win. I don't know if anyone else wants to talk to us. I'll sort of just wait a few more seconds because we've had a couple of interviews today. Any shout outs you want to give, Hugo?
Danny drove a great race and was unfortunate with the result.
2 races in a row now, quite unfortunate for him.
Yeah, I mean he was the right way up this time, so
Yeah, he's showing pace though. He's showing pace, so definitely one to watch out for the next races as well. Up there in the mix.
All right, I think I'm willing to give up on the interviews then. I don't think anyone else wants to talk to us. So yeah, I mean,
I don't know if Jensen wants to. I can.
Does he want? Oh,
I don't know. I'll join his channel and ask him.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'll message you.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right. Bye.
Bye. See if Jensen wants to. Otherwise,
yeah. Be good to hear from Jensen. Who I wonder if he stayed behind Copy, thinking that Copy had a penalty there at the end.
I don't know. Copy had quite a lot of DRS as well there towards the end. It could have been that easy to get past. Who knows?
All right. Well, let's talk to him then because Jensen is in the channel now.
Yeah.
And he's gonna tell us about his race. You, I guess, provisionally finished 3rd. Copy is pretty confident that he'll have his penalty removed. So I guess the first question is, did you stay behind him thinking he had a penalty and you didn't need to pass him?
Yeah. Yeah. I checked Copy and Alex first. I knew they had penalties. Then Alex overtook Speedy at one point. I checked Speedy, and so I knew he didn't have one. So yeah, I knew Copy and Alex had a 3-second time penalty. I was on 2 warnings for the last half of the race, so I knew I needed to keep it clean. And that's why I also got a move on at one point and overtook Speedy, and Copy also went with me, past him. But then I was like, oh, I only need to keep Speedy behind and I can just leech on the DRS of Copy and finish 3rd with penalties. So yeah, that's the tricky one. I mean, if Copy is if he's very certain he doesn't have a 3-second time penalty, then it is what it is. But I didn't overtake him back because I was in the. I was really thinking I would get P3 legit.
Yeah.
I mean it's. Oh, sorry. Go on, Seth, next.
Yeah, it didn't look like he had a penalty. I think Terra went over it and there was nothing there. So.
Well, no, I just missed it. So
Oh,
I
you
mean,
missed it. Okay.
I guess his penalty did come up. I missed it, but then I checked afterwards, and it said that he had 4 on the same lap. So I was like 4 warnings on the same lap. So I was like, that's a bit suspicious. I wonder if that's a real penalty.
Yeah, I guess we have to watch that lap back, but I think I checked with him on lap 16 or 17, and I'm still live streaming. I'm having it on pause right now, but I was saying to my viewers, let's check copy, probably for nothing because he never ever gets a penalty. And then I checked, and he had a 3-second time penalty. But that's why I didn't fight back on the last lap. But it is what it is. I had fun. No puncture this time. A little bit of redemption for yesterday. At least in the stream, I had a P3, so the podium of yesterday is back on stream at least. And if with corrections, I will finish P4. It is what it is. I had a fun race. It was interesting, our group. Of course, I have battled with Speedy quite a lot, with Copy as well. And we know we can keep things clean. And Alex was a little bit the dark horse between us. And also in the first stint, he was battling so hard with Speedy, and I asked Speedy, I was laughing. I said to him, I was already annoyed by him because I was scared he would break the DRS train in the first 2 laps. How were you feeling? He wasn't too happy either. But it was interesting, and I guess at least with the racing itself, the 4 of us, the hard runners together for the whole race was pretty great. And we had some nice battles, but unfortunately it's a lot more strategy-wise nowadays with the DRS trains and recharging the battery.
Yeah, especially on a track like this, because I mean it's just such a lot of lap time that you just gain for free if you have DRS. I mean I'd say it's like, what would you say, half a second a lap? Like
Definitely. Maybe even 6 or 7 tenths if you do it perfectly. It's insane. So getting away from each other is impossible if you are on the same tire.
Yeah.
But it was fun. We all went
it felt like the race that should have been yesterday for you.
Yeah, for me, for me it definitely should have been yesterday. But oh well, we now end the weekend with a good feeling, a clean race. No penalty compared to Australia last week, where I got 12 seconds in SLR and 2S. It was really sloppy, and here I kept it clean in SLR and in this race then on penalties. So that's a good sign. But the Hugo and some idiot, they are just too fast on this game. Danny even as well. They've made so many hours, and the guys that practice a lot will reap the rewards in lap time, and that's what you clearly see in this state of the season and championship. And I was
going to ask you, given that Hugo is still in the channel with us, do you reckon you can get to him in terms of lap time? Is it are you how confident are you that you can close that gap? That you're trying to close that gap?
Let's say it like this: I'm always very confident in my own abilities, and I think if I would practice with Hugo, some idiot, and also put in the same amount of hours, if I would be faster, I don't know, but I would definitely be right on his tail. That's something I am certain of. But the pace of these guys is insane. I said it for the race already. Even tagged Hugo. If he can keep this motivation and dedication to the game and keep improving like this, he should seriously try to participate in the esports qualifiers, because motivation is so important. And if you have the time as well, I mean, I do YouTube on the side. I'm still looking for a new job. I'm a bit older. I have other responsibilities. So for me, it isn't going to work out anymore. And I really now have to to push to get a podium like today, but it's still something I enjoy. But yeah, if I were Hugo and I can keep the motivation, I would definitely try out esports. Who knows?
Any thoughts on that, Hugo?
I don't know. I am.
Put you on the spot.
How do I say this?
I am a star. That's what you say.
Like, I appreciate your compliments.
Yeah, no problem. You deserve them. You worked hard for it. Already at the end of 2019, where most of us took a break of 6 weeks, you kept driving, and also at the start of 2020, you put in a lot of hours. And yeah, that's what I always said to everyone who wants to be fast. It's all practice, practice, practice. You have to make the hours, and yeah, I find it pretty dope to see that you improved so much that you are now actually the title favorite. So that's I think that's a good example for the rest of us who do have the ambition to get better and make the hours, that it is possible to get there.
Yep, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, you were never slow though, but yeah, you went from P3s to solid P1, so that's a major leap, seeing how close it is with all of us.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
So I think since we asked everyone, what are about Vietnam now? Let's move to this. Jensen.
Oh yeah, Tara asked me yesterday as well. I like the track. I only did the 50% race with my team career mode, so I haven't played it really competitively. But I actually like the track. It's so tricky, and especially I like the late apexes in the roundabouts. You have to take such different lines than what you're normally used to. Really late apexes, maximizing your exit speed on the very long straight. Yeah, and the third sector is really spectacular. And yeah, I also said to Tara yesterday, I don't know if people are planning to go side by side there, but that can be quite intense and spectacular on stream if that happens.
Yeah. Oh.
But we have to see. I have to start practicing next week. Tomorrow, Hugo and I first drive the Silverstone race, so against the Greek League. SLR against.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, tune in for that Monday night, right?
Yeah,
so,
tomorrow evening.
Tomorrow night.
7 CEST, I think.
Okay.
Starts qualifying.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, I wonder how that's gonna go with the ACC race as well.
Yeah, we do two streams. We have two keys, so both can be streamed simultaneously.
Interesting.
Which are you doing, Hugo?
I am doing the F1 race.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm already pestering Hugo with giving the setup to the rest of the guys.
My priorities have changed, Tara.
Yeah, no, it's completely fair enough, especially after last week in ACC. It's yeah, I mean the just the amount of improvement you put in F1 is yeah, means absolutely change those priorities and get yourself up there. But yeah, I mean, I think that wraps us up, Sanix. I don't know if you wanna wrap us up.
Yeah, I can. That's all. Thank you both of you for joining for the interviews, and Idiot as well. If you're still
watching. You're welcome, you guys. Thank you for streaming again and listening to us.
Yeah, no problem.
Any day. At all.
Any day. So as Jensen said, tomorrow it's SLR or EGL versus the Greek League, which I do not know the name of, so if you can fill me in with that. Is it GRL?
I think GRL Racing League.
Okay,
I think
so
it is.
Tomorrow, it's EGL versus GRL and ACC on Spa, so that's gonna be 2 races around the same time, and then followed on every day, but from SLR from Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Thursday. Tuesday's actually 2 SRL Tier 3, so every day is gonna be a Vietnam race.
It's all of the days, yeah.
All of the days. So
just tune in every single day.
Every day. If you don't, well, you're lost. Anyways, every day is gonna be a Vietnam race, so new track, strategy, everything's gonna be interesting to see. So then again, thank you all for watching today, and hope to see you next time tomorrow, hopefully. So That's about
Yeah,
it.
bye-bye.
Any
Bye-bye.
finishing words? Okay. Bye bye. Okay. Yeah, there we go.